Hello, people. Welcome back to the Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. Well, sorry for being late, but I hope everyone watching is looking forward to this stream in particular because yes, it is time for Who Am I? Yes, Who Am I? It is the trivia show and it is the international break. And this is the best time that we will come back, as always, for the Who Am I trivia show. And today we have a great contestant, but before that, let me first introduce you. That is our expert coach, McKyle. Back to Almighty Blues FC. McKyle, welcome to the stream. How are you?
Hey Ankit, I'm great. I'm excited. I can't wait to get started. This is so awesome. Thanks for having me
Yes,
again.
well, it's definitely our pleasure. And yes, Mikhail, for those of you who did not watch it, was definitely the most recent contestant on Who Am I series. And if you all like that series, please smash that like button as well as subscribe if you still haven't, because we are coming with a lot more content. Just not live football reviews, previews, and a lot of panel discussions, but also trivia shows like this and much more, right? And yes, the bell notification is key. And Mikhail, great performance that you did. And I will have to definitely show what Mikhail did in the last episode of Who Am I, because it's been a while that we've done this. So I think this is what the leaderboard looks like. Well, so Mikhail, you're tied with Max at I think 20 points at the second position, and that's something great because I think a tiebreaker is something that is needed. I know there's a shout out saying that Max probably took less time, but I don't know. That's something interesting. But what do you reckon? Like, are you set for another episode or
Oh,
not?
I
How's
would
it?
love another go at it, man. I think I can take on to Max.
Interesting, interesting.
Those are
But yes,
fighting words, I know.
absolutely. And yes, Dennis sitting pretty. I think number one, I think Dennis is probably, the couch critic lying on the couch and just enjoying his, top position. But we have, of course, as you can see, number six, Shashwat in, Drog Baba himself. So let's welcome the person in the hot seat, Drog Baba. Welcome back. How are you?
First of all, thanks for having me, and I want to apologize to everyone who was waiting for this. I ran into a bit of trouble, but I'm glad that I made it not too late, I hope. But again, sincere apologies to everyone who was waiting. So yeah, it's good to be here. And although I like doing some trivia and quiz stuff, but I'm kind of feeling nervous doing this. So I hope that I get at least one or two questions right.
Well,
That's all I
that's
want.
very strange. Come on, come on. Like, so Shashwat, the Drog Baba is basically, he's been a champion, I think, in whole of India, if I'm not wrong, on Chelsea Certified live on TV. And I watched that, and definitely, he knows his stuff. And definitely, you can see by his content as well. Like, going by the content, quick shout out to Drog Baba, the channel also. The YouTube link is below. Fantastic video that Drog Baba did on the Newcastle takeover. I think one of my best as a viewer. And then people have to check that out, right? And then I know that we covered that as well on this channel, but Drog Baba, different element. And then definitely, the moves is something that I love it, right? But yes, so as we welcome Chinmay in the house, let's talk ball with on is there, always supporting. And yes, they love the show. And of course, Chelsea Perspective is here. And we also had just Viola, who's been waiting, but definitely looking forward to the show as well. But yes, as I say that, definitely, it's a personality guessing game. So we are looking at a lot of rules that one needs to know about. But before that, what I'll do is I'll kind of show a video, Drog Baba, and of course Mikhail, who's the expert coach. And like people who may watch, earlier as well, may know that this video will probably have the answers hidden. So I would request you to please focus on it as we play that. Okay.
Let's do it.
lot of personalities there. I'm sure Drog Baba has taken a look. It's basically very easy. Simply put, it's somewhere there. It can be a player. It can be a manager. Keep that in mind. But yes, as I say that, let's also welcome Tarun in the house. Tarun, thanks for joining. And of course, we have staff back in the house. Yes, busy day for McKyle. McKyle is always available. Great coach. And of course, he's here to help Rock Baba. And that's something that we look forward to always. But anyone who's joined the channel kind of newly, I hope you press the subscribe button. You will love the content. You won't be disappointed. And check out the description. And going ahead. So, I'll briefly tell you the rules, right? I know that a lot of people might be knowing it already, but basically the game is about guessing five personalities. These are five Chelsea personalities, and it can be, like I said, a player or a manager. And for each personality, I'm going to show as well as read out five clues. And at the end of every clue, Shashwat, that's Drog Baba, gets one shot to guess that personality, right? And I would request Drog Baba to take time and then basically guess, but don't take too much time because we kind of give only 5 minutes for thinking for every personality, right? So
Quite
uh,
less.
we will look into that. We'll look into that, but definitely, in terms of the tiebreaker, that's what I was telling Mikhail, right? Because we have ties and stuff like that. That might be one of the reasons, why we might go with one person over the other. But no pressure there. But definitely, that's something that we're looking at. But let me actually share my screen quickly because I'll show you what are the cheat codes. Yes, we have cheat code. It's not just a guessing game, but also with some fun. So here you see. So basically, the five personalities can be from five different eras. I'll come to the eras as well, but you can ask me what's the era, Ankit. I can tell you that this is the era that the personality is from. That means that's the prime era of that personality when the player or the manager was at his prime. And take extra tip comes after the fifth clue. If in case you still are not able to get it, then we can always go for that. Consult the coach is where Mikhail comes in, and you can discuss and then come up with a solution. And then I'll take Drog Baba's answer. Opt for options. Mikhail has five options ready for you. In case you want it, he'll tell you five options, Baba, and you have to select one of them. And that's the personality for you, right? That you kind of go with. But 50% face up. The last one is basically can be used only after number four. And you can probably ask me just 50% face up means two personalities, and I'll show you two personalities, and it's one of them. So it makes it even simpler. But other cheat codes are not following any order. So keep those in mind. And of course, we'll be showing this again and again. I'll also try and show you what we have in terms of the eras. So these are the eras that I'm talking about. So a player or a manager can be from one era only once. So basically, if for example the first personality comes from before 2000, yes, we are talking only about Premier League era and for Chelsea. So if the first personality is from before 2000, the rest of the four personalities will definitely be after 2000, and so on and so forth, right? So I hope these eras are also noted. It's basically 5 years each, the last say 25 odd years in the Premier League, right? Simply put. And again, I'll be showing this time and again, so need not worry. But yeah, as I say that, let's actually look at what the rules are in detail again. So I'll be showing a quick video again, guys. So just take a look again if in case it wasn't very clear. And before I show that, big up to Jordan for joining as well, and of course Daily Football Madness, another great channel. Thank you for joining. And yes, here you go. So everyone watching, take a look here. Okay, lots to take in there, Baba. No pressure again, but I hope things are clear. Again, in between the game, if you have any questions, feel free to put it across. Even
Yes,
people watching in the
and
chat.
before we begin, you shout out to you, Ankit. Matlab, it takes a lot of effort to put this together, and
It's for fun, definitely it's for fun, right?
I mean, I'm really impressed with what you have just shown us. So, yeah, props to you.
No,
Yep,
same here, same here, definitely.
100%.
And Shubham, big up for joining. And yes, Baba in the house, and definitely a lot of support for Baba. And we are definitely wanting someone to challenge Dennis. Simply put, like Dennis is, lying in the couch.
Thiago Silva.
Yes, exactly. Thiago Silva, as we saw like last time. But yes, as you basically have joined everyone, I'm going to begin. Just for everyone to know, the people commenting, the guests are not able to see the comments, right? So I'll be highlighting specific comments to the guests, and they're not able to see the comments. So feel free to comment. I would love the chat to participate and guess. Let's see how you guess as well. And as we say that, let's begin. McKyle, obviously, coach, wish you all the best as well. And Baba, here you go. I'm going to share the first one. 1 second. Okay, so here you go. As a senior pro, I've been employed for approximately 2 decades over two continents in Europe and Asia, right? So the person has been employed for over 2 decades and in two continents in Europe and Asia. I've almost come a full circle and currently working with the same club that I had started off from at the top level. Okay, so the person is kind of employed by the same club again, and it's almost a full circle at the top level, of course. But yes, worked in two continents, Europe and Asia, has kind of been employed for 2 decades. But who are we talking about? Anything that rings a bell? Again, it's a very first personality, very first clue. So my recommendation is take a quick guess, if in case it's not really coming to mind, right? Because a guess is there's nothing to lose.
2 decades.
Again, these are the eras, but
Okay.
across Europe and Asia.
Across Europe and Asia. So this could be a manager or a player, right?
Yeah, anyone. I don't want to give it away, but yes, definitely. I'm sure people in the chat are also already thinking. But again, like I said, the very first personality, very first clue. Just take a guess, and we kind of move on, because we are talking about totally 25 clues in 5 personalities. So hopefully, you will get there. But I think there is a giveaway in this particular clue itself. I have to kind of give you that.
2 decades, two continents, Europe, Asia, full circle.
Yeah, and of course, a full circle. Currently working with the same club, and then the person is currently working at the same club that the person started from at the top level. So, not many kind of will be doing that. So, again, person has to be connected to Chelsea.
Oh, so vague.
Yeah, again, take a guess, Baba, because I am kind of timing yourself. So, don't take more than a minute for every clue, is what I would say. But because it's the very first clue and very first, personality, I would strongly recommend you to just take a guess. Anyone that comes to mind who kind of is kind of working in the
Comes to
same
mind.
club.
Asia is putting me off, right? I've actually no one is coming to my mind when we are talking about Asia. Oh,
You know what? Sometimes
Huh.
I think probably one of the contestants in the past did take a guess and it came right as well. So you never know. Just take a guess is what I would say. Otherwise, I'll just move on to the next clue.
Well, let's move on to the next clue. I can't
Okay.
guess this even.
Okay, let me actually go on to the next clue. I'll come to the comments after the next clue. But of course, these are the 5 eras again. Again, it's 5 years each. So you kind of know it already. And these are the cheat codes in case you need it in the second clue. And of course, the more cheat codes you do not use, you get bonus points. So that's something to keep in mind. McKyle will be hoping you use it. But here you go. At this club, ironically, when I played for them as a youth, in the Segunda division, I just scored 7 goals in 40 appearances. Now, We are talking about the club that he's employed with currently, and he kind of started at the top level, of course, right? At that club, the person kind of played as a youth in the Segunda division and scored 7 goals in 40 appearances only. Now, however, overall, over a couple of senior stints, I have close to 110 league goals for them in 320 appearances. Now, so
Segunda
that,
division.
yeah,
So
so a
that
lot of
comes
clues
from
here.
Spain.
Yeah, again, I'm kind of breaking it up for you while you think. Of course, the first clue rather said that the person kind of worked in two continents, Europe and Asia, has come a full circle, is basically working with the same club that he started from, and
Mm-hmm.
ironically, as a youth, he started in the Segunda division with that club, but scored just 7 goals in 40 appearances. However, overall, has 110 league goals for them in 320 appearances. So this is a giveaway about what position that player, or obviously player, right? And now it's a player, is definitely playing, or has been playing, or was playing. I don't know, like that kind of tells you the number of goals in number of appearances and Segunda division.
Okay, the player scored 110 goals for the same club that he played Segunda division for, right?
Yes. Overall, a couple of senior stints. So now, again, that's a clue. He's had a couple of senior stints with that club, obviously. I have close to 110 league goals for them in 320 appearances. So in the league for that particular club, he has scored 110 league goals, that is, in 320 appearances over 2 stints. So someone who's kind of returned to the same club twice, obviously, and is still with that club, 7 goals in 40 appearances in the Segunda division, but has also worked in Asia apart from Europe. Think about a Spanish connection with Chelsea, right? Obviously, as in you called it right, as in definitely. Yeah, and then while you think, let me quickly look at the comments. Yes, a lot of comments is what I see here. I hope everyone there is kind of guessing which personality it is. And thanks to Mel, big Miss Melina, great channel again. Big up to you as well. And has Oscar left China? Oops, did I show something there? I shouldn't have. Anyway, uh, not saying anything, but yes, Maisie or Devils
2
United.
decades.
Another great
Oscar has
channel.
not played 2 decades, right?
I don't
You know
think.
what? Okay. I know that we are kind of taking a lot of time for these, first set of clues. It'll take time till you kind of bed in. But the fact is that the person has been employed for 2 decades almost, right? So that's what we're thinking. And I see a few guesses, of course, in the chat that guests are not able to see. And I see a few guesses on the right track. Putting pressure to Baba there, definitely. And Tarun, no, you haven't got it right. But yes, you have got it right. And of course, there is Rich Sports in the house. Again, Rich Sports, we did a stream just a couple of days ago. Do check out the stream and check out Rich Sports as well. Great channel. Thanks for joining, Rich, always. And yes, so I'm going to the next two. Unless you want to take help from McKyle early, I know usually in the first personality, I would recommend take help of McKyle or take help of any cheat code in the third clue. But McKyle, I'll quickly ask you, how's it seeming to you? Just without giving it away.
It's a tough one, but I guess because of that second hint that you gave, it kind of points me to a certain position on the pitch, right? That would have
Yeah.
those kind of stats. And then I start
Exactly.
thinking of people of that nationality that have played for us, and there are a few names that suddenly start popping up.
Okay. I think that's definitely helpful for sure, right? But having said that, Baba, I'm going to the next clue. Okay, so
Can I take
keep
a
these in
guess
mind.
before we go to the next one?
Yeah, you can take a guess for sure.
Fernando Torres.
Fernando Torres. Well. And what makes you think it's Fernando Torres?
Asia, 20 years. I mean, he
Blue
was quite
Lowski
young
in
when
the
he was made
house.
captain of Atletico Madrid, right? Just take. It's a wild guess. He played in Asia for a bit with Japan. That Kobe Vitesse, if I'm not wrong, the club. Oh my god!
I think that's
I think because there are only a handful of players from Spain that have played for Chelsea, right? It's
Yes.
Marta, it's Fabregas, Pedro, Del Horno, Torres,
Del Horno. Wow.
Fabregas. These are the 5 players that I can think of. So I took a guess. Only one person of these could score 110 goals. I didn't know that Torres played in Segunda Division. That threw me off.
Well, as in, of course, he started off in the second division and then he kind of moved up.
I thought
But
that he graduated from Atletico Madrid's academy straight to Serie A.
not
Sorry,
really,
La
not
Liga.
really. Not really. And of course, as we see that, definitely Torres is now retired and I guess has taken a lifetime gold gym membership. Very well done. Well, I know why that's coming, because let me actually. So the bonus clue for this particular, personality was that I've actually taken extra time off to go to the gym.
Then I would have got it definitely.
Yes, but that's anyway the bonus clue, right? But let me actually show you what the clue was. Let me actually, yes. So this is what we're talking about. So obviously it's correct. There's no doubt about it. But in terms of what Torres brings to the table, yes, a lot of debate saying that is he a Chelsea legend? Definitely not a legend, but a Chelsea great in terms of great moments. He had great moments for me. Someone obviously, the third clue would have told that who's a mainstay in the national team for Spain. He's definitely right up there among the top bracket, right? As in he's scored like loads of goals for Spain and in extreme crucial situations. And of course, like his debut for Chelsea, we all remember wasn't great against Liverpool, and it took like forever. I think around 18 games to score, but at the end of the day, the centre forward who was the only centre forward in the Europa League, and a lot of people forget that. Dembaba, from what I remember, wasn't eligible in 2013, and it was only Torres, and he actually, basically single-handedly, scored all the goals in terms of the forward line, right? So I think, of course, the Camp Nou the moment is something that no one can forget, right? And also, I would quickly like to show you this because Torres deserves definitely an applause, but mixed opinion. I know that people say that he's more of an Atletico Madrid, Liverpool guy, but for me, I think winning the Champions League with Chelsea kind of makes him, a Chelsea legend or a great at least. I don't know. People in the comments might tell me otherwise, but Baba, you have made a great opening. You have basically scored 4 points right in the first personality, and that's actually a fantastic one. And of course, El Nino, as he's called, and definitely he doesn't look like yes, true that. But yes, that was again one of the clues that I was about to share with you. But as we say that, I hope everyone here has looked at the description, followed Baba, as well as liked, as well as subscribed to the channel. And Almighty Blues FC is more than happy to have you always. And as we say that, Baba, are you ready for the second one?
Yeah. Feeling quite confident now. I can now, go and sleep peacefully because I've got at least one right.
Come on, like that's too much. But yes, let me actually show you the second one. And here you go. Okay. I've once been voted as Chelsea Players Player of the Year. At that point, I had already won 4 league titles, 4 domestic cups, 2 European cups. Now, the person has been voted Chelsea Players Player of the Year once and won at that point 4 league titles, 4 domestic cups, 4 European cups. Similar to personality one, that is obviously Fernando Torres, my senior careers reached a couple of decades. Again, you've been thinking that why am I going with that in terms of decades, but there's certainly some significance there. But someone who had won 4 league titles, 4 domestic cups, 4 European cups at the time when the player was voted as Chelsea Players Player of the Year. Obvious. Okay, so just so you know, Baba and McKyle, of course, the coach. Now, Torres, I would call definitely is CFC's first UCL win era because he was crucial. I think one of the crucial players for our Champions League win in 2012. So I think the fourth era that you see on screen is now gone. Obviously, you know that this player that we are talking about, or yeah, it's got to be a player, right? A player of the year. So it's definitely going to be not from 2010, 2015. It's going to be apart from that, right? So, but yes, these are your clues in the first clue of the personality two. I'll stop.
Okay, I'm
sharing
taking a
and-
very wild guess.
Are you serious? Wow. That's quite
Rude Hullet.
different. Rude Hullet. Let me see. You know what? It's actually nice guess. But what? So yes, you have taken your first guess. Obviously, your first guess is done. And like I said that, let me actually see what the chat is saying. Uh, well, I know that it's basically definitely a few clues that we've got, not yet many clues. So let me actually show you the second clue. I think probably the chat will get more involved in. Mikhail, I don't know if anything's ringing a bell yet, but I am going with the second clue, buddy. Okay, so your cheat codes are there, Baba, if you want. Signed by Chelsea for 30 million euros, 30 million euros. I was sold after 6 years for a paltry 8 million euros. Now, the person was bought at 30 million euros but sold at just 8 million after serving Chelsea for 6 years. I have represented my nation 89 times and scored on 5 occasions. That will tell you the position, maybe. Across 5 leagues in 2 continents, again, I have played 433 games. That is 433 games to score 19 goals. Now, I'll break it down. Voted as Chelsea Players Player of the Year. So, obviously, the player has got to be a top player, right? At that point, he had already won a lot of league titles, domestic cups, European cups. Similar to personality one, the person has kind of reached a couple of decades in terms of employment and senior, football in general, and also played in 2 continents across 5 leagues. That's the difference. And the person has played 433 games in total, scoring 19 goals, and for his nation, 89 times, scoring 5 times. And the signing amount for Chelsea was 30 million euros. Not a very small amount, but sold after 6 years for just 8 million euros.
Player of the year once.
Again, there must be some key as to why I'm saying Chelsea Players Player of the Year and not Chelsea Player of the Year. Again, I don't want to give too many
Okay,
clues. I'm sure.
player over there. Okay.
I'm sure the other contestant must be thinking that Ankit, come on, you can't give an extra clue. But it's there in the right in the clue, so I'm just repeating it. But yes, 30 million euros, 6 years at Chelsea, 8 million euros was the selling amount. Mikhail, I'll quickly get you any clues that you're getting again without giving away lots.
Okay,
It's
I'll
a tough
go
one.
for.
No, actually, I'm struggling with it.
Okay,
The
so
four
anyway,
league titles is what's giving me pause.
yeah. Again, I'm not getting into specifics there. It's just basically what it is on the screen. But having said that, I think people watching, again, just so you all know, McKyle, who's an expert coach, is having 5 options in front of him. So he knows that the answer is among those 5 options, unless he's chosen not to even look at it, which probably knowing McKyle, he would have done. But anyway, uh, and
I'm
of
trying not
course,
to look. I'm trying not to look. Don't force me to.
good one, good one. But yes, definitely, eras again in case Baba needs it. And of course, these are the cheat codes, Baba. I know that you scored 4 points and you don't want to kind of, go on the downward trajectory. And maybe you would want to use a cheat code now or wait for the third clue. If you want to challenge Dennis, maybe go for the cheat code right now. You can ask me which era the person is from, or you can ask me you want to consult a coach, that is Mikhail, or you can ask me for options. These are the 3 options that you have right now in case
Okay,
you want it.
I'll go for opt for options.
Are you sure? Like, firstly, I have to ask you because, again, there's no negative marking if you go for a guess, but in case you go for a guess, you can't use that cheat code right now.
Uh,
So it's either a guess or a cheat code. So you're going for the cheat code, I'm assuming, right? So,
yeah, I'll go for the cheat
okay,
code.
perfect. So let's go for options. So Mikhail, welcome back. And Mikhail, you can go ahead. It's basically personality number 2. And Mikhail is going to basically just say 5 personalities, and the answer of this personality is hidden there, Baba. And of course, I'm going to show you the clues again if you want once you see the or you hear the 5 personalities. So, Mikhail, please go ahead.
Okay, so The answer is in these 5 names:
Mhm.
William Gallas,
Mhm.
Nemanja Matic, Marcel Desailly, Ricardo Carvalho, Michael Essien.
McKyle, if you can please repeat that once more for the audience as well. Of course, these
Yes,
are
William Gallas, Nemanja Matic, Marcel Desailly, Ricardo Carvalho, Michael Essien.
Okay. Mm,
let me show you the clue again.
how many
So,
league titles?
okay, so I've not given the total number here. Basically, when the player won the
Mhm.
Chelsea Players Player of the Year, at that point, he had already won 4 league titles, 4 domestic cups, 2 European cups. So think of someone who's kind of among these 5 options that McKyle gave you, is basically capable of winning Players Player of the Year, or has won, if you know it, definitely, and has won a lot of domestic cups, European cups, league titles, right? And the person has kind of worked over, say, 2 decades, or is working currently, I don't know, but totally almost 2 decades, and was signed for 30 million euros by Chelsea, sold for 8
Mhm.
million, served 6 years at Chelsea, played for nation 89
Mhm.
times, scoring only 5 times, 5 leagues in 2 continents, right? As in, that gives you a lot of clues there. And of course, 433 games in
I'm
total.
confused
So,
between two guys.
okay. So, you can tell me which two are the people. What are you thinking? Like, among.
I'm confused between Desai and Carvalho. Because Desai, we got him when he won a lot of things. I guess he came from Syria,
Yes.
and Carvalho was at Porto when Mourinho signed him. So it's between them two, and 30 million was a huge amount. I'm thinking that it's. You said that 30 million is not a small amount; it's a huge amount, and we sold him to Real Madrid.
But what
I'm
was the
leaning
amount?
towards. I'm leaning towards Carvalho.
Okay. So anyway, if you take a guess and if in case it's right, then obviously you get the point. If in case it's incorrect, then you obviously know it's basically one of the others, right? As in among the options.
Desai,
So, but
Carvalho.
again, you have 5 options already told to you by McKyle. You are leaning towards 2 of them,
See,
and you
Matic
can
is
take
out, Gallus is out. Matic is out, Gallus is out, and who was the last option?
McKyle. I think
Essien.
SCICN is out too.
And Lyon, I don't think that he could have won 4 titles with Lyon. Yes, I'm pretty sure we got Essien from Lyon, so he could not have won 4 titles with Lyon at that point of time. Uh,
okay.
Desai,
So
Carvalho,
I have
Carvalho.
to
I'll go
basic
with Carvalho. I'll go with Carvalho. Final answer.
going with Carvalho.
Hmm.
Interesting. Well, Baba is, really playing it brave. Like he is challenging Dennis, and that's the aggressive nature that we see, and going on the front foot for sure, right? I think that's what I can say.
Mhm.
But definitely, again, a nice guess, I must say. Of course, you knew among those 5 options, but this time, whether it's right or wrong,
Nice.
Mm.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
wow,
thank you.
I have no idea how you got it. Like, you need to definitely explain it to the audience because definitely some of them got it.
See, because Porto are like the champions of Portugal, right? They used to win everything in early 2000s.
Exactly.
So it was only between Desai and Carvalho when you told me 4 league titles. So I had to choose between one, and Desai I was not sure, but Carvalho I was quite inclined towards because I thought that we might have got him for 30 million odd. I mean, he was a big signing at that point of time.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Mourinho
those
signing, of course.
clues lead me towards Carvalho, and we got some fee for him when we sold him to Madrid.
Exactly, and I
That's
think
an
it
interesting.
was kind
That's
of
an interesting
yeah.
clue
Uh,
because
mm,
because spending 30 million in the 1990s for Desai
mm,
would have been some sort of record.
mm.
Yes, yes, but that's the thing, right? That's why he leaned towards Carvalho, and Carvalho is right, and Baba
So
is rocking it. Like I must
I'm
say, like
done with
definitely.
I am done with. Opt for options is done, right?
Yes, you're done for options, but before that, I must definitely share this with the chat. Of course, there may be some young people in the chat watching this, so just to kind of refresh memory, the third clue was very interesting. I was hoping that you would go for the third clue because I think this was something like probably told that how long Carvalho's career was. Like he's played with, I think, of course, the Damien Duffs of the world, but at the same time James Rodriguez, Dimitar Berbatov at Monaco, Sergio Romero at Monaco again. I think Di Maria at Real Madrid, Ezequiel Garay at Real Madrid, Jersey Dudek at Real Madrid. So this guy is actually played with a lot of players. Again, he's played, I think, if I'm not wrong, until the age of 40. Again, people in chat might comment, but Carvalho actually ended playing when he was actually 40. Hats off to the guy, as in really underrated. And obviously, at the grandest stage, basically something that I believe that Carvalho is not kind of getting the plaudits over the years that maybe like a Ferdinand get, for example. I'm just putting it out.
What
there,
was
right?
the second European Cup that he won? He won the Champions League in 2004.
He
What
won
was the other?
2016 European
Oh,
Championship with Portugal.
Okay.
We forget that exactly.
okay. He was in that squad in 2016 Euro champ.
He was there.
Oh,
That's the thing about Carvalho. That's why I think Carvalho he's definitely a legend, right? As in a legend of player, as in not just for Chelsea, like overall,
Unbelievable.
almost. As in very well done. But yes,
Tough
so
clues,
one,
but good guess in the end. Well played.
Thank you.
yes, and I could see definitely quite a few good guesses. Chinmay got it right, and I think On definitely got it first. So On, big up to you for that. Yeah, I have to definitely put points on the board because that's the important part for Baba. And as I say that, definitely Baba is already sitting handsomely at 8 points in two personalities. So at this rate, I think you'll be beating Dennis. That's what I can say, simply put, right?
I'm just happy I got a couple of questions right.
And yes, I think McKyle is thinking that his second position is also under threat, but McKyle will be fair for everyone in the chat. He's a great coach, I know as a matter of fact, but
I'm enjoying this.
good fun for sure, right? But let's actually go to the next one. What do you say, Baba?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me actually open the next set of clues. So this one, I'm guessing you'll probably get it even earlier. That's just my gut saying it, but again, no pressure. Let me actually remove the comment first so that we can see the full screen, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so an attacking midfielder as a youngster, I was signed by Chelsea for 1.5 million pounds. Yes, that's true. 1.5 million pounds. However, I was part of the loan army to Vitesse, Chelsea's second home, but still glad I have made my mark. Well, attacking midfielder as a youngster, he was signed by Chelsea for just 1.5 million pounds. He was part of the loan army to Vitesse, and we all know how that was, in the last few years, right? And of course, even before that, I think it's been almost a decade that Vitesse has been a supply club in the sense of getting, loan and getting them ready and supplying us back. But the person actually is glad to make his mark in spite of going on loan. So that is what we are at. But I'll quickly show you the eras because I think the second one that you got, Carvalho, was definitely Roman's first, right? And then the peak of Carvalho's Chelsea career was Roman's first era, that is between 2005 and 10. So now, Baba, you're done with 2005 to 2014. So you know that it's not going to be between 2005 and 2014. It's going to be either before 2005 or after 2014, right? And this is again the clue. An attacking midfielder as a youngster signed by Chelsea for just 1.5 million pounds and part of the loan army to Vitesse. Anything that rings a bell? Quickly.
Made my mark is a quite a vague statement.
I know it is vague, of course, but again, it's the first clue. So the idea is it's a guessing game after all. So you have to make calculative guesses, but the calculation comes from the first part of the clue, and then I cannot give you more clue than that. A lot of people went to Vitesse, I know, but at the same time, were a lot of people signed for 1.5 million pounds? And you know that the person kind of played as an attacking midfielder when young. So a lot of clues already in the first clue of personality 3. I'm hoping that McKyle, you're liking clues. McKyle, how are you?
That's a tough one. I'm struggling with it, but I'm excited to see how Baba plays it.
Yes, again, people in the chat, do you remember everyone who went to Vitesse on loan? Then I would like to see if anyone would like to can kind of remember that. Definitely in double figures, I would say, but uh, any guess of those, like it can be the guess. So, Baba, I'll ask you to make a quick guess now. It's your time. Or a
Mason
lot of
Mount.
people went to Vitesse.
Wild guess.
Mason Mount.
Hmm.
Mason Mount. Well. Mikhail, you have the options in front of you. Of course, the options are gone, but Mikhail, you kind of know. Making Mason Mount, I have to say, definitely is one of the options. So, vagueness is a trick, Chelsea perspective says. And just Viola is guessing the timeline. Yes, the time period. Maybe right, maybe wrong. I don't know. The clues make things more complicated on purpose. Well, that's for you to think about. But yes, definitely interesting. But coming to the guess quickly, I think. Oops.
We need
Incorrect, Baba. You got it wrong this time. But yes, good guess, I must say. So I will share my screen again and we'll go to the second clue. Of course, you have 4 more cheat codes with you. So big up for you. Big up to you for that. But definitely, this is something that you would get now. Come on. I was first given number 24 for Chelsea, number 24, but was eventually sold partly in exchange for another player. That's when I got more minutes and reinvented myself as a player, occupying another role throughout my career. So, number 24 for Chelsea. Who all have played number 24 for Chelsea? Was signed for 1.5 million pounds. Part of the loan army, they went to Vitesse and was an attacking midfielder as a youngster, but eventually sold. Remember, eventually sold partly in exchange for another player. That's when the person got more minutes. Of course, it's not a manager, it's got to be a player, and reinvented himself, occupying another role throughout the career. That's probably the last part of the important clue. So, a lot of clues already, Baba. Again, it's not going to be between 2005 and 2014. And of course, you have cheat codes. Of course, Mikhail is waiting. But again, you don't want to put to Mikhail when you think that Mikhail also may not have got it. If Mikhail has got it, maybe he does. I don't know. You can basically, ask me the time. That will help you in my view. Basically, that will, churn it down or narrow it down to basically just 5 years. And you know that, okay, this person is going to be from that era only. Just stopping to share. Let me see the comments. Great comments. I must say, like, great guesses. Again, I'm not telling it if it's right or wrong yet. But yes, let's get more people into the stream because, yes, I believe we are having fun. A lot of interesting clues there. And Baba is trying to hit the top spot of Who Am I Trivia Series Season 1.
Can I get a cheat code?
Well, Pravesh, big up to you. Great guess, I must say. And yes, Baba is going for a cheat code. Interesting.
Please
interesting.
tell me the time.
Okay. So, time to tell Baba the time. So, this is personality number 3 that we're talking about. And I want to be sure I get it right. So, let me just take a peek as well. But, okay. Any guesses, Baba? Again, I'll tell you the time, but any guesses which time this is from, considering the clues that we have seen? Anyway, I won't take much
Couple
time
of
of yours.
players come to mind, but have made a mark.
Okay,
Mason
let
Mount
me tell
was
you.
There, Matic was there. Then Charlie Musunda. Charlie Musunda has not made a mark. To be honest, I've made a mark is see players who have played for Vitesse and have done reasonably well for Chelsea. I can think top of my head is Matic and Mount. So Mount
Okay,
I've guessed.
Matic.
I have to tell you the time because you asked for it. So this is where I come in, and the time or the era that the personality is from primarily is recent. So we are talking about recent 5 to 6 years. So 2015 to 2021.
It's
Again, Charlie
Matic.
Musonda.
It's Matic. It's Matic.
It has to be Matic.
Okay, so you have gone
It's
with
Matic.
Matic. Let me see. People in the chat, what do you think? It cannot be Mount. Well, Mount, obviously, Baba has already guessed and he's got it wrong on the first guess itself, so it cannot obviously be that. And Pravesh says it's Matic as well. Did Matic go to Vitesse Anand? Like,
Yes, he went to Vitesse. And we got him for David Luiz. Come on, it has to be Matic.
well, where has he made his mark? Well, the clue was the person has
He
made his
won.
mark.
He won the Premier League with us under Conte in the first season, and
Okay.
he was quite pivotal at that. He played alongside Conte in that first season in 16-17. It has to be Matic. I wasted a
Nice.
clue there. I wasted a cheat
Wow.
code. I should have trusted my gut.
Oh my God, this guy knows his stuff.
He certainly does. He's a avid quizzer, like I've been saying. Like, definitely Baba knows his stuff. And yes, that is Nemanja Matic for people wondering. As in, again, just Viola, I understand your comment. And we will get to the other clues that we are going to show as well. But Man United player currently, unfortunately, but at the end of the day, got us profit. Like, I'll certainly show the clues. Let me actually do that right away, because that kind of tells that, Matters has actually given us a lot. Signed for very less amount. Yes, we signed him back at a high amount, but then he was sold for 14 million pounds, and that's like huge. And of course, going to Man United hasn't helped, because he's got into this strange habit of losing semi-finals and finals. Going to Man United, I must say, like, again, no pun intended to United fans. I know a couple of United fans in the chat, but it is what it is, right? But signed back for 21 million pounds when he took the number 21 jersey. Interesting that, right? But yeah, he was certainly a missing cog in the Chelsea team that we saw of Mourinho coming back. For me, in that 2000, I think 14-15 season, he was probably among the top, probably the top midfielder, the one person who could probably
He
block
won the
Yaya
2 league
Toure.
titles, right? 14-15 that you mentioned now. Won
Of
2
course,
league titles.
and 17. And Yaya Toure has gone on record. Like, he's probably one of the very few who could probably, do well against Yaya Toure. So, credit where it's due. But Baba, hats off.
Thanks.
This is like apt utilization of not just the cheat codes, but the clues as well. You use the cheat code, yes, but at the end of the day, you got it again at the second clue. And McKyle is wondering that why have you called me? McKyle?
I was lost because the first clue was attacking midfielder, and I'm thinking of names that are not Nemanja Matic. But I didn't realize that he was an attacker in his youth.
24 and this reinvented myself as a player, because
It ties into the new position then. Yes, interesting. Really, really well played, Drog Baba. I think Max and me sitting in the number 2 spot are suddenly not very comfortable.
Okay. This is where Baba is at. So at this rate, Baba, you're going to get basically 24, and you have still not used, I think, 3 cheat codes. So you can make it to 27. So you will beat Dennis. Like, just stay on track is what I can say. If
can I use 2 cheat codes in one question?
Of course you can. Of course.
Okay. So I have 3 left, right?
3 left, but again, I think you will hopefully not get to the bonus tip, because I think knowing you will probably get it right, the form that you are in. But yes, people watching again, as well as share the stream so that more people can join. And as I say that, let me actually try and share the 4th personality clues. That will be certainly interesting. And this is where Baba really comes to form, is what Mike is now saying, which he's just been warming up till now, is what I would say. Yes, that's true. You will get to know why. So come on, Baba. I've been employed only in Europe, spanning 5 countries in, listen to this, 40 plus years. Yes. Now, the other couple of personalities, we saw a couple of decades. This guy has been in Europe, spanning 5 countries and working for 40 plus years. During
Claudio
this time,
Ranieri.
I've had just a couple of breaks, so it is reason enough for me to be counted as an all-time great. Well, I don't know. Baba is probably getting Dennis vibes here, or even better, coming up with a guess. So because he's guessed, I have to take it, and I have to stop sharing. But yes, looking at that clue, someone who's worked for 40 plus years. People in the chat, what do you all think? You guys must be wondering how can Baba get it right in just basically half a clue or wrong. I don't know. He's got a guess in. McKyle, I'll probably ask you. I know opt for options is done, but maybe you can tell the 5 options to Baba. I'll probably give it a go ahead. Please tell the 5 options to Baba for personality 4.
Sure. Did he ask for them?
No. As in, I want the chat to know as well, as in where the line of thinking is coming from, right? So,
Oh
please
my
go ahead
goodness.
and share it.
So the 5 names in the personality 4 are Ruud Gullit, Gianfranco Zola, Gianluca Vialli, Claudio Ranieri, Mark Hughes. Once
Baba,
more,
like you
Ruud
heard that
Gullit
now.
or Gullit, Gianfranco Zola, Vialli, Ranieri, Hughes.
Okay, so obviously you don't have an option but to stick to that guess. But I know I'm going to still stick to Claudio Ranieri. But would you have still stuck with that guess, Baba, in case you knew those 5 options?
Will it? Yeah, I guess I would have stuck with Ranieri.
Chelsea perspective also agrees. Okay, so let me actually just show it whether it's right or wrong. Of course, it's right. It's got to be Claudio Ranieri.
Wow.
Well, it wasn't a giveaway. Trust me, it wasn't a giveaway. For me, I thought this will be the googly, and you will probably be stumped, Baba, because we are talking about eras here.
5 countries gave it away.
Exactly. I think, yeah, and more than that, I think probably when we are showing the clues, we are basically telling which era this personality is from, right? So obviously, Matic, is from recent era. The recent 15 years were kind of covered already. So Ranieri's era, what I thought is basically you will not think Ranieri himself, but everyone else. But anyway, that was probably me overthinking, and a great guess, I would say, definitely. And let me actually
Yes.
definitely, show what Ranieri brought, because again, for people who don't follow the Ranieri's era, or even did and would like to definitely, revisit that, this is where we come
What
in,
were the other
because
clues?
yes, definitely, worth a shout for Ranieri. Again, 40 plus years, hats off to the guy. As in, this guy is one among the managerial greats. But of course, he hasn't won a lot. In fact, he hasn't won anything at Chelsea. But that Premier League winning feat with the club that was among the candidates for relegation, Leicester, fetched him the respect finally that he deserves. And of course, now Watford manager still till this day. And more importantly, I think he was crucial because a lot of people undermine Ranieri and don't remember that he was actually the manager who saw Lampard's upbringing in a way, right? In Chelsea at least. So Lampard coming to form, and of course, one of the key elements was Ranieri actually selling Wise. Dennis Wise, when he was sold by Chelsea, it was a huge controversial incident, and people did not like it. Fans hated that, but Lampard probably got more time in midfield because of that, and he came up the ranks. Damien Duff, of course, as in Joe Cole, talk about them. Of course, that first season under Abramovich, when Ranieri was there, we had a great win against the Invincibles in the Champions League, but lost to Monaco, which is what unfortunately is remembered for. Tinkerman, as we always know him, right? But yes, been there, done that. Ranieri era definitely is over. So you are left with only one Baba, and that is obviously before 2000. And this is, you've just nailed a 5 pointer. So let me actually give you that first. And you are on 17 points. Wow. And let me actually open the leaderboard once again, because that's something that I think finally Dennis must be a little bit nervous if he's watching. I don't know, Dennis, if you're watching, do comment. But even McKyle and Max for the second spot for the timing to come into the finals, your chance may have been gone already.
Bye bye.
Here, so 17 is what Baba is at right now. So Baba already is definitely leading Knee Zion. Again, big up to Knee Zion, Blue Clouds TV. Hope you're doing well, brother. Coachella, bad luck, I know, first episode, but big up to you for that. I think your chance has gone, at least for this series for now. But Mikhail, you still have it. If Baba is not able to get, say, 4 points, he'll be tied with Mikhail. But depends on what cheat codes he uses, because Baba has 3 cheat codes left. That's great. So Baba, you need what? I think 7 points. You can do it. Yes, of course. If you get in the first clue, and just
I
use the
think
cheat
suddenly
code.
there is a conflict of interest here.
Well, let's be fair, right? To be very honest,
Don't show me the leaderboard too much, please.
Chelsea perspective says stop the count. It's basically timed out. That's what Baba will be timed out now. But I think I'm hoping you're having fun, guys. If you have, definitely do smash that like. We want a lot more people to watch this series, and we want more contestants. If you are ready, do DM me. The links are below. Definitely, I'm open to it. And Baba, this is where the crucial situation that we are in. Sabotage time is what all is saying. But I think definitely we have Baba supporters in the house. Really enjoying the quiz. Awesome presentation. Great questions. Yes, I appreciate it a lot, Chinmay, and hope to see you all again, not just for this, but for other streams as well. And I am building up the last question to eternity.
So
I know, Baba.
Okay, so this is before 2000, which is my weakest, weakest of the lot.
It's everyone's weakest. Trust me on that. I know Max was brilliant in that, but you will get it. I was already a Chelsea player at the time I won the World Cup.
D-
One of the few to do
Didier
so.
Deschamps.
My Come on, let me read the clue, Baba.
Didier
Come on.
Deschamps. It has to be Didier Deschamps.
My CSC signing fee was reported to be 2.5 million pounds. It was my first time in England, and Baba says Didier Deschamps. I have to stop sharing. For people who are wondering in the chat, the clue again, here it is. Chelsea player at the time, the person won a World Cup. Not many have done that. CFC signing only for 2.5 million pounds, and first time in England is when he played for Chelsea. I'll stop sharing. Didier Deschamps, we have got a guess already. And just Viola says, give him a tough one, Ankit. Come on. I know that Baba is Baba. That's why he's called Baba. Put it that way, right? And Chelsea's perspective said, don't show the board again. Well, the leaderboard is there for everyone to see. It's inspiration for the next time, is what I can say. But I'm hoping you're liking it.
Chelsea
But
perspective has to come back for round 2.
Well, Mikhail, you are coming back as round 2 for as a coach, but Baba is not wanting to use you as a coach as of now. Sorry to say that.
He doesn't need the help.
Okay, it's a nice guess. I must say, definitely nice guess. Again, too many nice guesses by Baba. And how's it?
Oh.
Twist in the tail. Twist in the tail. Now, don't take the second guess. We'll come to the second clue, and then we'll probably speak about more stuff. But interesting stuff. I think definitely that was a googly. Hopefully, and round 2. Let's wait. Chelsea perspective. You still have hope to come in the top 3, because Baba has still not got it. But brilliant guess, I must say. And let's actually show the second clue, Baba. You are ready. I'm hoping you take the coach at this time if you're not getting it.
Yes,
And
yes,
think
definitely.
before guessing is what I would say. Overconfidence, not great, but yes, you have cheat codes. These are the cheat codes that you're seeing. You have basically consult the coach. That's what you can go for right now. And you can go for 50% face up. If you do want to take a chance, I'll just show you 2 options, and the answer isn't there. You don't get any negative points, right? But before 2000, who's this? I was at Chelsea for 5 years and quite famous for being a primary penalty and set piece taker. I played over 200 games for the club and scored 24 goals in all. Now, 2.5 million pounds was the signing amount. has won the World Cup when with Chelsea. Not many did that. Of course, he was playing with Chelsea for the first time in England. He's quite famous in Chelsea primary for being the primary penalty taker as well as set piece taker. And in 200 games for Chelsea, think about someone who played 200 games, over 200 games, in fact, for Chelsea, and scored 24 goals despite taking penalties. A lot of clues that I'm giving you, and you are in a situation, definitely, Baba, 17 points. Now, if you get this right in this particular clue, you will score 4 points, and I think you still have a couple of cheat codes left. So you will definitely, I think, equal Dennis if you get it right. So I think it's imperative, if I'm not wrong, for you to basically guess or take a cheat code. So let me actually
Okay, can
go
I
back.
get a 50% face up right now? Can I
Okay.
use it, or it is after the fourth clue?
So you definitely can use the 50% face up,
You
but in
can go.
case you want to guess before that, then you cannot use the 50% face up in this particular clue. So you are opting to take the clue instead, right? So take
Yes,
the
yes,
cheat code instead, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, so for everyone watching, Baba is going for 50% face up. That means that I will be showing two answer options. I'm glad because I was wondering, whether he's going to use any cheat codes anymore. And McKyle is definitely, cursing Ankit and Almighty Blues FC that, hey, I'm the coach. Baba is not using me yet, but Shrey is late, but no worries. You can watch it back. Great stuff by Baba, but I will certainly try and show you two personalities. Okay, I'm going to show you two personalities, Baba, and don't take the guess before I show both the personalities. Think before because it's crucial that you get it right for you to at least equal Dennis. Is what by my maths I think I'm right. Is what you need. So let me actually share my screen again and show you two personalities. This is the last one. Okay. So this is one. Obviously, you went for Didier Deschamps, a Frenchman. This is another Frenchman, obviously, Marcel Desailly. Okay,
He
you,
was a
you got
center
it
back,
right.
so he can't be a set piece taker or penalty specialist.
Well,
Okay.
again, that's something that you need to think. Not giving any more clues. And the second personality is this guy, Frank Leboeuf. So Frank Leboeuf is obviously another Frenchman. So obviously you know that it's a Frenchman now. No secrets there. Before 2000, who won the World Cup? It was France, right? So it is Frenchman, and Frank Leboeuf is one. Didier Deschamps is another that you guessed is definitely not correct. But Marcel Desailly. Now, Marcel Desailly and Frank Leboeuf, for people watching, obviously people know that these are basically two centre backs for Chelsea in that era. So that is where comes the twist. Baba, if you get it right, you get basically 4 points for this particular personality. If you
Can I
get it
get a look at
incorrect,
the clues again?
yes, of course you can. Let me actually show you the clues. Let me actually, yeah. So you were at clue two, if I'm not wrong, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now remember Marcel Desailly and Frank Leboeuf, right? Frank Leboeuf and Marcel Desailly, two players who have won the World Cup. The person was signed for 2.5 million pounds. It was the first time that the person was playing in England. The person has been for Chelsea for 5 years. Big clue there. Quite famous for being the primary penalty taker and set piece taker for Chelsea. Played over 200 games for the club. Again, a big clue there. Scored over 24 goals in all. Now, who played over 200 games for Chelsea? I know both are kind of famous for Chelsea centre back before John Terry era, but Marcel Desailly is probably someone who's kind of captained us.
I don't think it's Desai. So by process of elimination, it has to be Leboeuf.
Okay,
I'm going with
interesting.
Leboeuf.
So basically, in terms of cheat codes, you have used till the time, you have used consult. No, you're not used consult because you used opt for options and 50% face up. So you have two cheat codes left. So if you get this right, you get 4 plus 2, 6 points. But probably, let's see if we are there yet or no. What do you think, chat? Basically, very crucial suspense time that we are in, but I think using that particular cheat code was, I think, was it necessary? I think probably in my view, Baba, just putting it out there that you went for Deschamps a bit too quickly, but great thought there as well. But yes, thanks Chelsea perspective and everyone who's smashing the like and all says Leboeuf, but not sure the spelling. Absolutely, I don't know about the spelling, the pronunciation as well, but a great player. Like I must say, that someone who's underrated and kind of a cult hero in a sense, right? McKyle, you remember any special moments from Desai or Leboeuf that you might want to share about? But yes, penalties is something that we kind of didn't have many as centre backs taking, right? As in, that's kind of weird.
Well, I don't know about Leboeuf moments necessarily because it's from way back, but it has to be one of the Frenchmen for sure. So the 50-50 kind of sort of makes sense. And Deschamps would have qualified under that criteria too. I like his punditry. Lately, he always speaks well for Chelsea when he can. So I like the guy if that is him. Oh, there is. There we go. We have a new leaderboard leader.
Do we? You know what? I might have got my mathematics wrong. Again, I don't know, Baba. Do you think you are there yet?
Don't give me false hope.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Dennis, I don't know if he's probably sitting in his couch and waiting for Drog Baba to kind
I think
of equal him.
Dennis fell off the couch.
I don't know. I'm like kind of because the twist was Baba actually decided. I gave him a choice. You want to go for the guess, or you want to use the cheat code because that bonus point that you lose if you use the cheat code. But let's see. So definitely yes, it is definitely Frank Leboeuf, and as Mikhail said, quickly I'll also show the rest of the clues because I think he deserves it. Leboeuf, not many people talk about him in the modern era, but certainly someone who was kind of holder of the baton before John Terry, along with Desai, of course, right? So kudos to him for that. Someone who's won a lot with Chelsea. Like those 5 years was probably the time when our era had kind of started a silver era, if I may say so, under kind of Viali and then Ranieri. Definitely, he did well, right? Someone who's won 5 major cups with Chelsea, all the major cups that he won during the time, and he played in that World Cup final. Yes, I think it was Laurent Blanc. People in the chat do correct me if I'm wrong. Laurent Blanc actually got a red card in the 1998 FIFA World Cup final, and that's when I think, of course, Leboeuf kind of stepped into the pitch, and the rest is history for him, right? As in, he became a legend in France as well, and he moved to Marseille after Chelsea. But all his cups, I think, except for one in Qatar, he's won at Chelsea. So
Desai got the red card.
Desai got the red card? I thought it was Laurent Blanc. Okay.
No.
Okay, maybe.
Desai.
Okay. Interesting. And you guys get Desai. But yes, interesting part. I think Leboeuf has actually become a part-time actor as well. Yes, he's actually acted, I think, in French movies, if I'm not wrong. So that's something really interesting for people.
From the first clue, like it was 3-4 options, right? So World Cup winner already when he came to Chelsea. So France captain Didier Deschamps just sprung into my mind. So I think if we could use the clue as well, I think many people would have guessed Deschamps.
No, but the signing amount was there, right? 2.5 million pounds. So that again, that's something
that is quite obscure when it comes to guessing.
Come on, like we cannot give you away in the first clue always. But yes, very well done. In fact, like
thank you.
You got it. I think again in the second clue. So you get 4 points for this particular personality, and that makes it 21. So let me take it my total right first. Let me actually share my screen, and please correct me because this is a very crucial juncture for people watching. I hope you're liking the content, and if you're not, do let me know what can improve. But before that, I have to basically be sure I do it right because I don't want to come into any controversy, Baba and Dennis, especially.
No. I'm just happy that I got all of them.
Okay, so let me see. So first one you got in the second clue, that makes it 4 points. Second one again, second clue 4 points. Third one, second clue 4 points. Fourth one, you got it in the first clue, 5 points. Fifth one, you got it in second clue, 4 points. So that makes it 21 points. And in terms of cheat code, yes, you did not use McKyle as a coach. McKyle, sorry, brother, but Baba is Baba,
Hey,
right? And
Rob,
so you,
you didn't need any help.
yes, but
Well
you
played.
you have not used two cheat codes, if I'm not wrong, correct? Baba, you have
Yes,
not
yes,
used two cheat codes. So that kind
yes.
of puts you at 23.
Hmm.
23. What did we all notice something there? So Baba is at 23 points. Baba, you're in the top two. Congratulations. Very
Thank
well
you.
done.
And if I had, waited for that Matic question a bit, I just used my cheat code a bit early on that one. So if I
Yes,
had
yes.
just waited for a couple of seconds, I did not need it. Needed that cheat code. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm just happy that I got all of them. It does not matter. It's just for fun, and
Right, right.
I,
No, as in fantastic.
I had a lot of fun today.
Perfect. Like, again, just for people watching, there will be, of course, a final episode. But before that, we are coming with a lot more episodes. And you can always follow on the international break. And we have a episode of this on Tuesday with Taron being the next contestant. And I think Chelsea Perspective is going to be the coach. And Chelsea Perspective do return the favor. Let's see. But Dennis right on top still. Baba is moving to second spot with 23 points, and we will be updating the table soon and publishing it. Max and McKyle, third spot, tied at 20. So, again, top three, Max and McKyle. McKyle, especially you being here, not too disheartened, I hope, but I hope you enjoyed as well.
I'm still on the podium, even though I'm barely on it, falling off almost. But it was a fantastic contestant today. I'm really impressed. He
Thank you.
really once he had warmed up, it was easy going for him. So well played, Drog
Thank,
Baba.
thank you so much, Mikhail. Thank you so much.
Very well done. In fact, yeah. So we definitely have to update the leaderboard and publish it, and it's worth it. Just that 1 point, but don't get so disheartened as in both you guys because, like Mikhail said, there is the podium position, and there will be basically a final series towards the end of the season. But before that, we'll have more people. So Baba, you are definitely there in the final, and hopefully you like it as much as to come again. Any last words that you have? Please share.
Just had a lot of fun and big up to you, Ankit, and thank you so much, Mikhail. I'm sorry I did not use the coach. I was being a bit strategic with my cheat codes, but yes, I had a lot of fun. And again, many sincere apologies to everyone who tuned in. I was a bit late. I ran into a bit of trouble, but all well now. So yeah, thank you so much, Ankit, for inviting me over, and hope to do this in future again.
Well, big up to you. And of course, like we all learn every day, right? And definitely it's for us. It's just not a fun series. Definitely it's a fun series, firstly, but certainly, it's for us to basically, talk about Chelsea's history. We ain't got no history, for sure we have. But before people who are kind of supporting other clubs get disappointed, we will come with a lot more content, just not on, say, like regular live streams for reviews, match previews, but even who am I? Yes, there will be more content where we'll have personalities from other clubs, but with Chelsea personalities put in between. So that'll be fun as well. But I hope everyone likes it. Again, look at the description. Baba's channel is there. Great recent video that he had, as always, but even more so. Do check it out and subscribe to him and subscribe to Almighty Blues FC and Almighty Blues Cricket for you cricket lovers out there. And follow Mikhail. Great guy, always very helpful and very knowledgeable. And he gave us the options after all, which helped Baba. So, Mikhail, thanks again. Any last words from you, brother?
No, I enjoyed the show. Thanks for having me on. Glad to be a part of it, regardless. I enjoy watching it even when I'm a part of it. So it's always fantastic to see the next episode. And this one is done, but I'm already looking forward to and wondering who the next one will be, and can't wait. So keep up the good work. Keep the blue flag
Yes,
flying high.
absolutely. And yes, all the best to Taron. And of course, Chelsea Perspective, the coach who's going to be there on Tuesday. And do tune in on Tuesday around the same time that we will be live again. So hope to
Nice.
have everyone. And we will definitely come back soon. And till then, I hope the internationals keep our remaining players fit and we come back stronger. Next week is again Premiership, so we will be back for that as well. Till then, peace out and thanks again.
Thank you guys.
Cheers.
Take care.